Well, today's the day. We are going full electric. Not the truck, just the fan. We're swapping out mechanical and we're going electric. Stay tuned. So when I said I've been putting this off for a while, I have been, and it's because I just didn't want to do it. It's not even that hard. I just didn't want to do it. Well, the fan clutch is starting to go on this. And a fan clutch is about 30 bucks. And the setup I'm doing is about 150. So if you get the opportunity, take the upgrade. Another good reason, horsepower. Mechanical one, constant draw, sucking horsepower right out of the engine for no reason. Go electric, problem goes away. You get anywhere from 5 to 15 horsepower. And the third one, well, actually it's 2 more. One, or third, or fourth, I don't know. The next one, they're quieter. I mean, these old mechanical ones, they get just howling sometimes. And then consistency. The electric ones are much more consistent. So if you're not convinced, well, you should be, because we're doing it, and it's happening today. Now that we've had some time to think about it, we're all on the same page, and we've agreed we're doing this still. You're going to ask yourself, okay, what kind of fan setup do I want to do? Well, you do have some options here. You can mount the fan on the front, and that's effectively a pusher fan where it's going to push air through the radiator. They're less efficient than the other one is a puller fan. It mounts on the engine side of the radiator, and if you have enough room, that's a better way to go. Because the air is flowing through the radiator no matter what. Unlike the pusher fan, it's got to go around the fan. The puller fan on the inside just draws the air straight through. So your next question is going to be, okay, fine. Let's do that. How many fans do I need? Well, you've got options there. You can do 1 or 2 or whatever, but typical setups are 1 or 2. 2 fans will move twice the air that one fan twice the size will. Go look it up. It's a true fact. Don't know why. It just is. Don't ask me to explain it. And also, if one of your 2 fans goes out, you've got redundancy. So you're still getting some cooling effect. It just might not be the greatest. So I'm going to go with 2, but you decide. Your application may vary. Oh, and if you don't have the room to put it on the inside, sometimes you're forced to go to a pusher fan. It's just up to you. It's your application. You do whatever you want. I'm going with a puller fan. 2 puller fans. So if you're wondering what size of fan you need or how big a fan you need, well, if you've got a stock Chevy small block, 5-7 liter-ish or smaller, you're going to need around 1,500 to 2,000 CFM of airflow. If you did any modifications, well, you're going to need more. And in this case, always err on the side of more. More is better. But this kit that I got is it's a kit off of eBay. It comes with 2 14-inch fans, the aluminum shroud, which we get rid of that plastic one that's in there, a thermostat to kick it on and off, mounting hardware, some wiring stuff we'll probably throw away, and inline fused relay. Then we'll get that all wired up. But if you got the room and this will fit in there, then go with it. But your application might vary. You decide for yourself. So let's tear into this thing and get these in there. So this is our home for the next couple hours. And one of the things you typically want to do first is disconnect the battery. I actually did it a while ago, so it's loose, see? Because I couldn't keep that light off. But I guess, well, I could have disconnected it there. However, I chose to disconnect the battery cable. With this one though, this actually had some pusher fans in it before, and I think they stopped working. No loose wire anywhere. Anyways, this had some pusher fans in it before, and I believe they stopped working, but we may try and resurrect them. At the very least, we are going to see where the power wire goes into the fuse block, because I need key on power to energize the fans only when it's running. But being that this has other issues, you probably won't have to deal with this, but mine looks like they go right through the shroud, so I will have to disconnect those wires first. So let me get some tools and we'll get working on this. Previous guy used a lot of zip ties. Enough, demon fan light. There. Really? You probably won't have to do that because, well, you'll just have to pull this off, which is just pop out of there. That's about all you'll have to do. But being that this did have electric fans on it before, that means it was wired to a thermostat. So I'm not going to have to probably do that part, but I will show you what it would take if you did. And you've got some options. So there's some bolts to get the shroud off because we ultimately want to get to the fan. There's 1, 2, 3 across the top, and I think it zips in. Yep, I'll show you where that's at. Right there, that one and that one. And there's 2 on the other side over yonder as well. So we'll get those off real quick. All right, took a little break. I got sidetracked yesterday, so we're gonna get back and finish this up. So just to kind of recap where we're at, I got the shroud off, and I'm gonna take the fan off, I think, next, and then I'll get, well, here, I'll show you what's in here. What are we looking at? So now mileage may vary. This truck, I said, had fans on it, but I don't think they were working. And they were pullers, but we're gonna take these off too, and we'll get the bottom shroud off of there. But right now, we're gonna knock this guy off. So let's get a wrench and get that guy off of there. The wrench for this thing, I think, is 1 3/8 inches, which is slightly larger than probably anybody has, unless you own a tractor or a combine. I don't own either. However, I'm gonna try this pipe wrench. And then, just because I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna hit it. And I'm hoping the impact will break it loose. You know what? I think it worked. Ha! Ha ha ha! Then, oh yeah, it spins that way to come off, by the way. Come on, nut. There we go. So now that that's out of here, we got a ton of room. Like I say, we'll clip these off of here, just snip those, get the fan out. And actually the convenient part for me is, since this actually already had fans, it also had 2 relays, and the new one only came with 1 relay, and I'm gonna run 1 relay per fan just so the wires don't get licorishly hot. Licorice? Rick, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, let's get these out of here. The easiest way to get these out, yeah, basically this is just zip ties for fans or stuff like this, I guess. There's one more. It's gonna be almost impossible to get. Okay, 1 fan. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything wrong with these. They just didn't work, and it could just been the wiring, but I just didn't care. Spring. Okay, I only had 3 on it. All right. What are the odds that thing will just slide right down in there? I don't have to take the lower shroud off. That would be really convenient. Maybe. Getting things. I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it. Of course, we might have some restricted airflow on the back side of this, but then you could put the shroud back on and no one would know. I mean, you're only losing, yeah, you're losing about 50%. Okay, so the fast, easy way would be just slide this in, bolt it back on, wire it up, and forget about it, because this can't and won't be able to go anywhere. I'm telling you, it would work. Just checking. Not saying I'm gonna do it, just checking. I've done dumber. I have. And then, honestly, bolts into there, goes in there, wire out of there. That would sandwich right back together. No way. Yeah. We'll probably cut this up. We'll slice at the bottom, trim it out a little bit, square this off. That way air can just flow through. Not the end of the world, just a little more work. We're so close, so close. Is there a way to do this without? I mean, I'm serious, if I didn't have to take this out, it's not gonna get any lower. That way I don't have to bolt the bottom on. It'll still draw everything through the way it's supposed to. Yeah, because that's going to sit on that no matter what I do. Yeah, we'll just trim that somehow. There's an easy way to do this without having to climb into this or disconnect the radiator. I don't know. I do know a flashlight would be real useful. I don't have a flashlight. I get this blinding thing. Yeah. Okay, so it's not going to go any lower, no matter what I do. So to get the bottom of the shroud off, see if you can see this, there is a bolt that you can access from under here, straight there, and then also over there. But that's not going to be fun to get to. This rotozip, there's a tile bit on it. You'll probably regret breaking. But so we get things done. Work. So that should allow it to sit right here, and then I can reuse this bolt there, same on the other side. And the reason I just didn't grab a 4-inch grinder and hog this thing out is because it's so much stuff right there. Plus, the bit on this is super dull, so I'm just burning it. Plus, on top of that, it's cold outside and there's no heat in here. No one opened the door. Not my best work, but it'll do. I'll get the top. I'll get the top trimmed up. Slide the fans in here. Rotozip, we love rotozip. Let's have a party. Rotozip party. So this is going to sit right in here. It's going to work great. I like it. So with the fans, jam them in here. This way the shroud can help, shroud things. It ain't going anywhere if we get this on there. When I get it on there, yeah, it holds it right there all the way. I can get a bolt in there, maybe in here. We'll get it though, right there, in there. Yep, it'll hold this right in place. So, wiring. How are we gonna wire these things? Well, it comes to the relay. In the relay you need switched power, which we're going to steal off the other cables, but yeah, you need switch power. So you need to get a test light and find switch power. So, key on, key off, and honestly, check the owner's manual, the book. Might be in there, might tell you where the fuse block is, where you can get switchable power. You can run straight to the battery, but if you do that, as long as the thermostat's telling those fans to run, they're going to run, whether your car is running or not. So if that's what you want, great, but I don't, so we're not doing that. Which leads to the next thing, thermostat. Let me show you. No, you have basically two options. You can either make or buy, they make an inline upper radiator hose tube, which you cut the hose, you insert it, and it's got a bone welded end. So this guy goes right inside there and you catch the juice coming through. The other way, which I did it the other day. Let me show you. It's on the passenger side head. Mine's already wired up, so I'll just pull this up and show you real quick. I'm sorry, not wired up, in. Well, maybe here. I'll just send you in. That'd be easier. All right, right there. You see that shiny thing sticking out. There is a water pipe plug that is right there. You can pull it out. So it's the next day, but I thought I'd clear this up. The part I'm showing you right now is a thermal switch. Anyways, it's already been installed. This is what was removed. It's just a regular pipe plug, but it's 5/16. It is not 3/8. It is not quarter. So you can buy the tool online on Amazon. They're pretty cheap, or you can just make one. It's up to you. Back to your regular scheduled video. So yeah, it's 5/16. You can either take one of your extensions and grind it down and make it fit, or if you know you're going to do this and that's where you want it versus in the radiator hose, do it ahead of time, or buy that ahead of time. So, that being the case, I'm not going to dive down there and show you, because all it is, like I showed you, it's just a water plug inside the passenger side block between the last two cylinders. And it comes out pretty easy. Also, you're not supposed to use Teflon when you do it, because, well, it needs to have contact with metal. It needs to ground. So actually, I will check that and make sure, because I think we used Teflon on that one. So the two grounds, the two blacks, I believe, got a ground. And we're going to go all the way back to the battery. Just the ground I'm running right now is currently here for the old wires, and we're going to follow it. And actually, they're right here. So we're going to ground both of those. We're going to reuse stuff. So that'll be easy enough. We'll just one to there. This plug's stupid. This plug's a huge piece of shit. This plug has got to die. This shit really piece of junk. Can I just pop apart at this point now? Now we're fighting this. Game is on. Sounds accepted. Why? You know what? Fix the plug. No. Driving down the road, ask myself, what's that burning plastic smell? All right, fix the other one too. Click. Put the shroud on, and we'll pull the wires up through it. Now I could go and run a self-tapper here, but it isn't going to matter. This is going to butt up against this so freaking hard. Yeah. I think I'm making any difference. This one's annoying though. That's all right. We got the other one. Sneak this guy in. Okay. Every time we stretch it, it's like that. We're gonna bolt in it. I can say that is as tight as you can get. And I can even still get the bolt down through. I'll put that one in quick, because I'm going to forget. Done. That's going to be annoying. That bugs me. I'll cut that off. Threat machine. I don't think you do anything. You add no value to make noise. I see what's going on here. There. She sneaks underneath. Hasn't been like that in a long time, that's for damn sure. Tiny lip that goes up underneath this radiator. Cinch the living shit out of it. All right. Factory. Okay. Let's look at this nightmare of wiring from the previous thing. And I'll swap out the relay, but that's not the issue. The wiring isn't the issue with the relay. The relay is just bad. One of the relays is not good, but we'll fix that in a minute. So, let me grab the other one. Okay. Wrote down how to wire this. Okay. Before I get this right. Red wire, fuse to the battery. White wire, keyed power to the fuse block. Black wire is a thermo switch, which is over there, which I keep calling a thermometer, which is wrong, but it's thermo switch. And the blue wire goes to the fans. So these are already wired here, and this is the exact same relay. So the previous one was mounted right here, and it's the exact same relay I was just showing you. They're the same. One of these relays is bad. We'll pop the relay off, but the wiring's the same, so we don't care. And so we'll get this all wired up. But this red one goes to a usable link, which is fine. Let's just whatever. You don't. It's not necessary. It just came with it. Okay. You can go straight through. These just haven't have it, so we're going with it. But that one goes back to the fuse box, down around, and we drill the hole right there. That's kind of hard to see, but I'll show you around in the truck. It comes through the firewall right there and goes right to that, right there. This keyed power. Keyed power comes back. This is a lovely wire nut. That's what powers the fusible links of both of these, which ultimately is the white wire, which is supposed to go to the ignition switch. So that's the white wire there. We're probably going to replace this. I mean, not that house wiring nuts on a car, but really cool. Let's bring this on up for that. Buddy. Shaking? Shaking? I only have one. Max stressed. Ah, we're back. All right, so we got the power wire ran, ground ran. I ran the black wire off the relays all the way to the thermal switch. And now we're ready to fire it up. So it's fired up. See if this thing gets in. Engine temperature gets up to, what is it, 180? 180 on, 165 off. And yeah, we'll see. Make sure they come on. Now it's a race to find out if this engine gets to 180 degrees or I die of carbon monoxide poisoning, because it is 10 degrees outside and I really don't want to open the door. I don't think I've ever heard the engine like this before. Normally I got the whoosh going really bad. Again, ignore the steam. I don't know if you can hear that. Fan's just fired up. Both of them, right on cue. I just want to shut the truck off so you guys can actually hear me talk now. The motor got up to temp, fans kicked on as expected, and I think it's going to be great. I think getting rid of that parasitic draw that the motor had was going to be huge, especially on this old tired engine, which A truck like this, just assume it has 100,000 miles on it, plus. But anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up. My hands are freezing. My face is bright red. It's 46 degrees in here. My toes are warm because I got radiant floor heat. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next project. Oh, and like and subscribe. It's cold in here.